Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So I thought today it's Christmas Eve and I finally got a little bit of spare time that I would show you some, and it's only some I'm afraid, of the items, makeup items that is, I've brought with me on holiday, specifically my kind of favourite festive holiday looks at this time of year. And it's a mixture of my old favourites, trusted and true. Some of them I probably have shown you before, but I know there's quite a few newer subscribers who may not have seen them, and a couple of newer items mixed in. I do find, I don't know whether it's because this is a kind of traditional time of the year when we think of the things that we do every year. I do find myself wanting to use favourite makeup items, some of which I've had for years, and doing a kind of tried and tested look. And that's particularly at Christmas, and then a bit more at New Year. I often am willing to experiment a little bit more. So it's kind of mixture of those. So I've got quite a few things to show you here. Let me start with one of the really tested and true ones that I literally bring out every year at this time. Let's get that nail polish out of the way. And it's an eye palette from Chanel, I think from 2012. It's called Harmonie du Soir. It was around this time of year. And it followed on from a very similar palette the year before that I missed out on, the Top Carpi collection. And I just love this palette at this time of the year. And I have to say, it's still wearing pretty well, given it's about 4 years old. What I like about it is you've got the kind of usual basic colour that I love so much, a really pretty smooth taupe. And then a kind of seasonal variation on that, the beautiful kind of slightly plummy red that Chanel has been very fond of this year, but as I say, this is from a few years ago. And then a really useful, pretty pinky highlighter for kind of corners and highlighting, and a traditional festive true gold. It's showing quite light there, it's a bit deeper in real life. And these are all really soft, really blendable. They're still working very well a few years on, and I just find I can do really pretty both day and night looks with this palette that I really, really enjoy at this time of year. So it's my kind of favourite eye palette. And I will often pair that in the evening with a base with an Illusion d'Ombre, and this one is Rouge Noir, which was actually last year's Illusion d'Ombre, and it's not drying out yet because these are prone to drying out a bit, and I can wear that on its own in the day, shade it out a little bit, or use it as a base for those colours in the evening, which I really like. And I've also got a Chanel Gold Eye Pencil or Saffron, which literally just comes out, so that's the blending end at this time of year for in a corner, because it's so kind of bright and festive. And I like to use a plum coloured mascara with that, the Le Volume. I do wear this the rest of the year as well. Really nice colour for my lashes. So that's a kind of real favourite eye look at this time. I like to kind of pep up my skin. I'm sure I've talked about this before. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, an illuminator, and there are lots of different colours. This one is Pearl. And, I mean, you can use this in lots of ways, but what I really like to do in the evenings particularly is put a good thick layer of this on underneath my foundation. My preferred foundation in the evenings is the By Terry Cover Expert. And I find that this shows through to just give a really nice illumination, and it makes my makeup last as well. And then for lips, I'm not a great gloss wearer, but I do, again, at this time of year, love this berry with gold flecks that just makes it look shiny on the lips. I think this was from last year or the year before, but I mean, they do similar ones every year that I use. And I also have a favourite Cocoa Shine from, I think, 2 years ago in the autumn, called Fiction. But again, they do similar ones. And this one is just a lovely wearable berry, again with gold flecks, but it just gives a really true, shiny, quite moisturising and reasonably long-lasting berry look, which again is an old favourite. For my cheeks, especially in the evening, I have two favourites. This one only comes out pretty much at this time of the year or parties, and again it was a limited edition Chanel Jus Contraste called Stardust. It is very, very pale indeed, and very shimmery. I don't know how well this is going to swatch. Can you see there? It looks more like a highlighter. So you'd have to be very fair-skinned. It's not showing as coloured there at all, but it does give a bit of colour and sparkle to the cheeks in the evening. And what I like about this is that if it's the evening and I've got quite a dramatic look and I'm going to perhaps be drinking, which will make me look a bit redder in the evenings, then this is perfect, because I don't want to look too kind of red, dull-cheeked. So that one comes out literally for the evenings at this time of year. But the other old favourite, my goodness, you've seen me bring this out so many times throughout the year, my all-time favourite blush, the great Tom Ford Pink Sand, which is the most perfect, pretty, pretty pink with a gold kind of shimmer to it. So pretty. People always say, "Oh, you look well," when I'm wearing this, day or night. This is my original one, and I use it a lot, and you can see it's so pigmented, it lasts for ages, and it's been brought out again, so of course you can get that at the moment. Old favourite perfume, Tom Ford, Black Orchid, my all-time favourite, although I have a lot of different fragrances. I'm wearing Chanel Misia today, and I have a lot of favourite nail varnishes at this time of year. I'm wearing Malice at the moment, which is like a kind of metallic rouge noir. Absolutely love it. But I also love Cosmic Violine, which has all the gold shimmer in. But I'm also using some new products this year, planning to do some more dramatic looks, and going to the other kind of colour spectrum, much cooler than the shadow palette I showed you. The Chanel, I'm sorry, this is all Chanel, isn't it? There we go. The Chanel products are tested and true for me. This is the Architectonic from this year's holiday collection. And I quite like this navy blue. I'm wearing this as a kind of liner today. It's daytime. And I might, pep that up a bit this evening with some of the silver to make a kind of light smoky eye. And I'm not sure what I'll do lip-wise with that. I've kind of got a couple of options. So if I'm going nude, this Mariah Carey nude McKizzle is this, I talked about the other day. I am enjoying, actually. Nice kind of peachy nude, very flattering, day or night look, and how festive is the packaging. Or you can't beat, a beautiful bright red. So this is Rouge Feu by Chanel. I think this was in the autumn. I've also got here with me, but not on the table, Victoria Beckham's one, the Spice one, which is a quite orangey red that I've seen so many people wearing. It's really flattering. I haven't worn it yet because it was out of stock for a bit, but I've got now. And speaking of Victoria Beckham for Estee Lauder, I mean, you're going to see these in my favourites of the year, no doubt, but this beautiful highlighter that I've worn a lot, and I also wear it as an eyeshadow, so if I want a really amped up gold eye look, then I use this on a cream base, and it works really, really well, and it's a beautiful highlighter, the Modern Mercury, of course. And so with, not so much with the gold highlighter, but with those cooler eye looks, I brought along Super Glitter, an old Chanel Lame, and Sweet Star from a couple of years ago. People raved about this. It isn't one of my favourites. It's not wholly flashing on my skin tone because it's a very solid silver with the kind of pink duochrome, but I'm hoping perhaps jazzed up with the Lame it will work a bit better. I've also got the Rouge Lame from last year as well. So I've brought more than that, I have to say, but those might kind of my two major palettes for working looks over Christmas. So I hope some of you will have found that interesting. I'd love to know what your favourite products are to wear at the holidays, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye for now.